All right, we're at the house of Mr. and Mrs. Frye, looking to do some siding work and also soffit and fascia. Don't really have all that much siding, but we will be addressing all the siding, tearing off what's here, the current vertical siding, putting up our 7/16" OSB, our Tyvek, and then our trim and siding. So we're going to take a walk around and just kind of see what the scope of work is. Starting over here, basically just doing some fascia on the bottom tier here. We do have on this corner right here, we do have some minor 1x2 repair we got to do. Looks like some squirrels were munching on it, so we got to repair that as part of the fascia overlay. Up top there we do have some siding. You can see kind of on both ends of the sidewall, with the roof coming up in between it. So that will all get addressed, as well the fascia on the second floor. Coming under here, up top, you can't really see it maybe on the video, but on right next to the chimney you have some soffit in pretty bad shape, and then we also have the 1x2 splitting away from the fascia. So that area up there is going to need to be addressed. Right up top here, let's see if we can get to it. Right up in here, right where it butts up to the chimney right there, this is in really bad shape here, both soffit, fascia, and drip edge. So we're going to need to correct all those issues before we continue with the soffit and fascia. Hardy soffit and fascia. Down here, everything looks pretty good. 1x2 is intact aside from this corner where you can see the rot here. All the way down, the soffit's in good shape, as is the fascia, so nothing wrong there. Coming around to the back, you can kind of see here, each of these windows has like a little apron on it, a little 1-footer deal there, so that will all be re-sided with hardy siding. And then the other windows on the exact opposite side of the chimney with the same kind of apron on it. Up top on the second floor, we've got a couple windows. We'll be retrimming those. They'll all receive the straight flash and elbow flash systems from Tyvek, and then we will put on the siding and trim. But we do that straight flash and elbow flash system to make sure there's no water infiltration, no weather infiltration through the exterior sidewalls. There's actually brick mold on this rear patio door right here. We're going to take that off, retrim it in probably 1x2 hardy, and give it a nicer, kind of more seamless look to the sidewall of the house. Here's that other window with the apron on it. So you can see up top there, this little area right here will all be re-sided with hardy as well. Everything up here is in good shape, no issues. Soffit, fascia, got great ventilation, but we'll improve that with the continuous vent system from hardy. Coming down here, all 3 of these windows will be retrimmed in hardy. The bottom, where it meets the foundation here, anywhere that we have siding, especially along the roof lines that you see up to here, have some pretty substantial rot right up along the roof line. That substrate, the 7/16" OSB that we put up, will be flashed and sealed, so you don't have any chance of any kind of weather infiltration. Same thing with along here at the foundation line. That's all going to be flashed when we put our substrate up, sealed, and then continue with the Tyvek, trim, and hardy. Same thing on the other side here. No noticeable or evident signs of any kind of rot. Aside from the siding we'd be removing, but it's superficial. Definitely nothing that says that we have water infiltration into the wall cavity, so that's good news there. Here's the other door. This does have brick mold, so I think we should be able to replace that with I think a 1x2. If not, we'll just come back with brick mold. Now that I look at it, actually probably gonna have to just go back with brick mold as opposed to the hardy 1x2. But along this left edge here, it's really separated. The caulking's pretty much gone, and we need to reseal that as part of the retrimming of the door. Probably be a good idea up to along the chimney lines here on either side of this chimney on our fascia is put in some diverter flashing to kick it away. Obviously the chimney's been flashed pretty heavily, but there is no diverter flashing up there to speak of, so that would help with the kind of the rot that we see, especially on this corner, putting some diverter flashing up there to prevent that from happening down the road. So we would do that as part of our scope of work. Coming over here to the right side, got, you know, probably only a 6-inch soffit and fascia work. It's nice and clean there, no areas of rot or anything going on, so that's a good thing. And then coming out here to the front, got some critter marks up in this little corner up in here, way up in there. There's some chew marks, so with the 1x2 freeze board that we had put on from Hardy, that won't be an issue any longer. Retrim that window in Hardy 1x4, straight flash and elbow flash system. Over the garage here, just simple straight soffit and fascia. Both garage doors will be retrimmed in Hardy. We do have to replace, you can see at the bottoms, you know, down at the bottom of the trim there, the garage door frame, we have some rot, so that'll all be cut out, replaced with lumber, and then we continue on with the garage door frame wrap with Hardy. And then up front here, basically on the second story, again, we got a good probably 2¼ foot soffit up there. So that'll all become vented soffit with Hardy. Windows will be retrimmed. We're going to remove the shutters and then paint them a gray color, similar gray, and replace, or reattach, I should say. Same thing with these shutters down here. And then our last pair of shutters over on the far left corner there. Painting the porch ceiling will be part of the scope of work. They want to leave the doors alone, so we'll leave the doors alone. They'll do the painting on those. But then pretty much everything else down here is pretty, just painting the porch ceiling. Again, fascia and soffit is in relatively good shape, so no rot, repair issues that we can see visibly. And then coming down here, basically to the last little bit on the left side here. No major areas of rot up there. Some minor rotting going in on a trim board there, but you know, it's pretty much to be expected. When we reinstall the Hardy on these runs here that are on a shingle line or on a roof line, we have to maintain a 3/4 inch exposure there to prevent against any kind of water infiltration. So that would happen, plus the flashing that we spoke about earlier in the video, to make sure that we don't have what we have up here currently as far as the rotting. So that's pretty much the scope of work we're looking at. Mr. and Mrs. Frye, we appreciate you considering Southwest Exteriors, and we're looking forward to working on your project for you. Thanks so much.